Rhett wiped his hands on his jeans, the faint aroma of coffee still lingering from the mug he'd set aside. His desk, once cluttered with old notebooks and loose pens, now gleamed with new equipment. A microphone, a ring light, and a camera mounted on a tripod. It was the first day of recording for his YouTube channel, Short Reads with Rett, and he could already feel the knot of excitement and anxiety coiling in his chest. The idea had struck him during a late-night binge of short story collections. He had always loved the way a well-crafted story could compress an entire world into a handful of pages. People are so busy these days, he thought. Why not create something that lets them enjoy literature without committing hours to a book? He envisioned reading stories aloud, giving them life with his voice, and sharing his love for storytelling with the world. Rhett hit record and began. Hi everyone, and welcome to Short Reads with Rett. Today we're diving into one of my favorite short stories, The Last Leaf by R. Winters. It's a beautiful tale of friendship, sacrifice, and hope. The words flowed smoothly at first, but midway through his reading, a sharp bark erupted from outside his apartment. Rhett stumbled, fumbled the lines, and sighed. He stopped the recording, rewound the footage, and cringed at the way his voice wavered. "Not good enough," he muttered, rubbing his temples. 2 hours later, the story was finally recorded. He uploaded the video, choosing a simple thumbnail and title, and hit publish. His heart pounded as he stared at the screen, waiting for the views to roll in. Nothing. Over the next few days, Rhett checked his channel obsessively. The first video garnered a modest 8 views, most of which came from him refreshing the page. The knot in his chest tightened. He'd expected slow growth, but the lack of engagement felt like rejection. Was his voice too monotone? Were his stories too niche? Self-doubt crept in like an unwelcome guest. Rhett wasn't one to quit. He decided to shift his approach. He posted on social media, joined online forums for literature enthusiasts, and even emailed a few friends to share his channel. Slowly but surely, the views trickled in. Comments appeared. Small, encouraging messages like, "Love this story," and "Your voice is so calming." Encouraged, Rhett uploaded more videos. He explored genres, from eerie tales of Edgar Allan Poe to the whimsical prose of Ray Bradbury. He even featured lesser-known authors, shining a light on stories that had touched him deeply. One evening, after posting his 5th video, he received a notification, a private message from a subscriber. The message read, "Hi Rhett, I just wanted to thank you. I'm going through a rough patch and your channel has been a real comfort to me. Listening to your readings helps me feel less alone. Please keep going." Rhett's chest tightened, not from anxiety this time, but from something warmer, deeper. He replied with gratitude, vowing silently to keep uploading. However, as the channel grew, so did the demands. Rhett found himself spending hours editing audio, tweaking lighting, and researching copyright rules to ensure he could legally read certain stories. The joys of sharing literature became to tangle with the stress of content creation. One Friday night, after a particularly frustrating recording session where his microphone malfunctioned, Rhett slumped into his chair, head in his hands. "Why am I doing this?" he whispered to the empty room. The answer came not in words, but in the memories of the comments he'd received, the small community he was building. Rhett straightened up, a new resolve hardening in his mind. He reminded himself of why he'd started, to share stories, to create a space for people to pause, to feel, to connect. The next day, Rhett recorded a candid video. He spoke directly to his viewers about his journey, the joys and challenges of running the channel, and his gratitude for their support. It wasn't polished, but it was honest. To his surprise, the video resonated deeply with his audience. The comments poured in, many sharing their own struggles and triumphs. Over time, Short Reads with Rhett found its rhythm. Rhett learned to balance the demands of the channel with his love for storytelling. He set new boundaries, learned to let go of perfection, and celebrated small victories: a new subscriber, a heartfelt comment, a story well told. Years later, as Rett stood on a small stage at a local literary festival, he reflected on how far he had come. His channel had grown beyond anything he'd imagined, and more importantly, it had become a community. Stories connect us, Rett said to the audience, his voice steady and warm. Whether they're written on a page or spoken aloud, they remind us that we're not alone. That's why I started this journey, and I'm so grateful to share it with all of you. The crowd erupted into applause, but Rett's mind was already on his next video. He couldn't wait to share another story. Thanks for joining me today on Short Reads with Rett. Remember, a great story is never too short to inspire. Until the next time, keep reading, keep imagining, and take care of yourself.